Creativity, it is the addiction. I'm addicted to creativity. I lay awake at night. People abuse me because of my creativity. They want it. They got to have it. They got to make money from it. But do they share it? Not always. It's an addiction. We keep going back to it. No matter how much pain we're in or how much of a victory we feel, we keep going back to it. We keep going back to it. Unplugged, because we will always say yes to creativity, totally uncut, because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. Man, there's so much I want to talk about today. I don't know, man. I don't know where this stuff comes from. I just know that if you put a writing instrument in my hand, it's like, voila. This stuff just falls out. And I sit there on the opposite side of the writing going, okay, so where'd this come from? I don't know. I guess you just learn to trust the universe. The reverse side of the opposite action. Have you ever thought about that? The reverse side of the opposite action. To learn from all sides of the effects of cause. Because cause always has too much energy in our moments and within our elements of peace. But then is it really peace? I mean, things are running all over the place. And what exactly does any of this mean? Are we separate from the presence of the effect? Are we alone in this moment of what we caused during our effect? In all things that we do, what we think and what we decide doesn't have to represent what it is that we did. If the requirement is and our choice isn't, that's the reverse side of the opposite action. The consequences, what are they? I'm going to give you a good example here. I have an interview today. It's at 2:08 in the afternoon. I have a very important appointment at 3 o'clock. I'm about 35, 40 minutes away from that appointment. But I don't want to haul my recording equipment with me in the car and let it sit there until I come out of that meeting. You know, you have equipment in a car, and what happens? People look in and say, I got to have that. I'm going to steal it. So what is the reverse side of the opposite action? If I stay inside the studio and record that short little interview until 2:15, then take off, what happens to that 3 p.m. appointment? See, you can't predict city traffic. Learning from all sides of the effects of cause. And the thing is that I'm a time freak. Not being at a place of expectation 15 to 30 minutes early doesn't sit well within what I call professionalism. So what is the opposite side of the reverse side of the opposite action? If my choice is to challenge time, being on time feels like a disease. God. See, the thing is I wish time management was important to a lot of people. I wish, trust me, I work and create with a lot of people that have no faith and no desire to ever respect what time is. They come whenever they want to come. And as a creative person, someone who is addicted to being on time because 3 hours early is 6 hours late, it injures me. And the only thing I do is I turn my back. If you are, if your habits are to come to our place of a meeting or working and you're always late, I got to be honest with you. I absolutely have no respect for you. And it's because it's like, you don't care about my time. Why should I invest my time in your time? And I'll still work with you. I'll still create with you. But there's always going to be that dull ache inside my mind that says, I wouldn't invest in your thing ever. Because if you can't find a reason to be on time, what else is failing in your life? Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer. I talk about junk like this. Man, this is free-form thinking. This is stream thinking. This is what's in the moment, and this is how you get it out, and you try to figure out how you can help other people out. And because I know you're going through the same thing. You're either the person that beats up time and doesn't give a crap about time, or you're the person that respects time and you're being injured by people who don't care about time. That's every day, the world. The dull ache caused by not being on a habitual time schedule. See, I know where I'm supposed to be by blank time. If not, my mind begins to guilt trip all things. Whoa, what were you doing? Couldn't you have thought about others? See, what happens is that I instantly become a parent And my personal actions are still a kid. I still think that I'm 16 years old on the inside, the mentality. And yet, when I can't be somewhere on time, I become a parent. And I will guilt trip myself until that child says, okay, I'll work on this. In all things that I have written, I have openly spelled it out. I know who I am on the inside, and it's not an adult. I hear about problems, and I sit there and go, okay, this one isn't for me. I'm going to give it to my adult self. See, now the problem is that on the inside, like I said, I'm 16 years old. I still believe mentally that I am 16 years old. Well, 16 years old was 1978 for me. I've tried to go on and say, hey, Alexa, play the best music from 1978. And Alexa goes, all right, here comes the soundtrack from 1978. And I'll listen to it, and I'm going, I'm not feeling anything. There's absolutely nothing here. And then I'll go, Alexa, play the music from 1977. I don't feel anything. Alexa, play the music from 1979. I don't know. I don't feel anything. I don't. I'm so jealous of people who are so close to music that when they hear a song that it just overtakes them, and they go back to that zone, and when they were younger and they feel good about it, and it's like I don't have that gene. And I think the reason why is because I've been in radio for 42 years, and I've been playing the same 10 songs over and over again. I'm numb to all things in the music soundtrack department. I love music, though. I love modern day music. I mean, I can get into some Justin Bieber, trust me. I love me some Miley Cyrus. I really do. I love DaBaby. I love Nicki Minaj. I love modern day music. But how can I sit here and tell you that I'm still mentally a 16-year-old kid wrapped up in this adult body that's now 59 years old? What does this have to do with being on time? What does this have to do with you being on time? Being on time means being in the presence of now. At least on my map. I can be that 16-year-old kid right here. I don't have to go back and get a 1977 AMX. I don't have to go back and find my Kiss posters still on the wall. I don't have to go back and find myself in a place where it's like, oh my God, these were the toys that I had when I was 16 years old. My bicycle, my turntables, oh my God, here's my Evel Knievel poster. No. Being present with your time can involve everything right now. How old are you on the inside? Does that person on the inside ever get to enjoy what's going on right now? I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.